Have you ever felt overwhelmed by things beyond your control? Do you struggle with setbacks, unsure of how to move forward? What if there was a way to reset, regain your power, and navigate life with confidence? Before we dive in, if you find value in self-improvement and personal growth, don't forget to like this video, share with others who might need it, and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us bring more valuable content to you. Now, let's talk about the power of letting go, resetting, and taking back control through the lens of Stoicism. 1. Letting go of control. Many of us spend our days stressing over things we can't control, other people's opinions, unexpected events, or even the past. The Stoics understood that this attachment to the uncontrollable only leads to frustration and anxiety. The key is to shift your focus inward. Ask yourself, can I change this situation, or is it beyond my control? If it's something you can influence, take action. If not, release it. Accepting this reality doesn't mean giving up. It means freeing yourself from unnecessary suffering and reclaiming your inner strength. Letting go of control begins with self-awareness. Recognizing when we are trying to control the uncontrollable allows us to redirect our energy more productively. This doesn't mean we stop caring, but rather we stop wasting emotional and mental effort on things that are outside our power. Instead, we channel our efforts toward our thoughts, behaviors, and actions, elements that we can directly influence. A key practice in this process is mindfulness. When you feel overwhelmed by a situation, take a moment to breathe deeply and step back. Observe your thoughts without immediately reacting to them. Are you clinging to expectations? Are you resisting reality? By acknowledging these tendencies, you can begin to loosen your grip on the illusion of control and find peace in acceptance. Consider the example of a traveler caught in an unexpected storm. They can either panic, complain, and wish for better weather, things entirely outside their control, or they can adapt. They can find shelter, adjust their plans, or even embrace the rain as part of the experience. Life is much the same. We may not control every circumstance, but we always control our response. Moreover, embracing this mindset strengthens resilience. The more we practice accepting uncertainty, the more adaptable and emotionally stable we become. We learn to navigate life's ups and downs with a calm and composed mind. Instead of resisting change or fearing the unknown, we develop a deep sense of trust in our ability to handle whatever comes our way. Letting go of control is not about resignation, but about empowerment. It's about choosing peace over stress, wisdom over frustration, and growth over stagnation. When we stop trying to manipulate everything around us, we create space for true inner strength to emerge. 2. Resetting your mindset. Setbacks and challenges are inevitable, but how we interpret them makes all the difference. Instead of seeing difficulties as roadblocks, Stoicism teaches us to view them as opportunities for growth. Imagine facing failure. One perspective sees it as defeat, but another sees it as a lesson. The choice is yours. By consciously reframing your mindset, you reset your approach to life. You move from victimhood to empowerment. One powerful way to reset your mindset is through cognitive reframing. This means intentionally shifting how you view a situation. For example, instead of saying, "This is unfair," you could say, "This is a chance to strengthen my patience and resilience." By changing the narrative, you change your emotional response, making obstacles seem less daunting. The language you use internally also plays a crucial role. Pay attention to your self-talk. If you constantly tell yourself that you're unlucky or incapable, you reinforce a negative mindset. Instead, train yourself to use constructive language. Replace "I can't do this" with "I will figure this out." Small shifts in language create profound changes in attitude and behavior. Moreover, adopting a growth mindset fosters resilience. People with a fixed mindset believe their abilities are static, while those with a growth mindset see challenges as opportunities to improve. When you encounter difficulties, remind yourself that struggle is part of the learning process. The greatest achievements often emerge from periods of hardship. Another crucial aspect of resetting your mindset is practicing gratitude. When faced with difficulties, it's easy to dwell on what's going wrong. Instead, take time each day to acknowledge what's going well. This simple habit rewires your brain to focus on abundance rather than lack, helping you maintain a positive outlook even in tough times. Remember that setbacks do not define you. What matters is how you respond to them. When something doesn't go as planned, pause. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this make me stronger? This simple shift in thinking transforms setbacks into stepping stones. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to build resilience, gain wisdom, and become a better version of yourself. By consciously resetting your mindset, you take control of your perspective. You become someone who sees possibilities where others see problems. You transform adversity into advantage. And most importantly, you cultivate an inner strength that allows you to navigate life with confidence and clarity. 3. Taking back control. Gaining control isn't about manipulating external circumstances. It's about mastering yourself. Many people believe that control means dictating what happens around them, bending situations and people to their will. But true control comes from within. It lies in your ability to govern your own mind, emotions, and responses to the unpredictable nature of life. One of the greatest misconceptions is that external stability leads to inner peace. In reality, the opposite is true. The world is full of uncertainty, unexpected events, shifting relationships, and circumstances beyond our influence. If your sense of control depends on external factors, you'll always feel at the mercy of forces outside yourself. However, if you turn your focus inward, you will realize that the only thing you can truly govern is yourself. Your thoughts, emotions, and actions are within your power, and by learning to master them, you reclaim control over your life. Mastering your thoughts. Your mind is your most powerful tool. Left unchecked, it can spiral into worry, doubt, and negativity, making you feel powerless. However, when trained, it becomes a source of strength, resilience, and clarity. The first step to regaining control is awareness. Pay attention to your thoughts. What narratives are you feeding yourself? Are you dwelling on past regrets, fearing future uncertainties, or engaging in self-criticism? The stories you tell yourself shape your reality, so it's crucial to cultivate a mindset that empowers rather than limits you. When negative thoughts arise, don't let them dictate your emotions. Instead, challenge them. Ask yourself, is this thought based on fact or fear? Does it serve me? If the answer is no, replace it with a more constructive perspective. This practice, though simple, is powerful. Over time, it rewires your brain, allowing you to maintain control even in challenging situations. Another effective technique is mindfulness. Ground yourself in the present moment. When your mind starts to wander toward anxiety or frustration, bring it back to the now. Focus on what you can do rather than what is out of your hands. Journaling your thoughts can also provide clarity and help you identify recurring negative patterns, giving you the ability to dismantle them before they take hold. Governing your emotions. Emotions are natural and inevitable, but they do not have to control you. Many people allow anger, frustration, or sadness to dictate their actions, leading to impulsive decisions they later regret. Instead of being led by your emotions, learn to observe them without immediate reaction. When you feel an emotional surge, take a step back, breathe, ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? What is this emotion trying to tell me? By understanding your emotions instead of suppressing or being ruled by them, you gain the ability to respond with wisdom rather than impulse. This does not mean denying how you feel. Rather, it means choosing how to express and channel those emotions in a way that aligns with your values and long-term goals. Developing emotional intelligence is a key factor in maintaining control. Recognizing triggers, practicing empathy, and improving communication skills all contribute to a stronger ability to manage emotions. When you become aware of how certain situations or people affect you, you can prepare yourself to respond with clarity and composure rather than reactive frustration. Responding with intention. Reacting impulsively is easy, but responding with intention requires discipline. When faced with challenge or conflict, pause before you act. Consider whether your response aligns with your principles and serves your best interests. Are you reacting out of anger, pride, or fear? Or are you responding in a way that upholds your integrity and personal growth? This practice applies to all areas of life, relationships, work, personal challenges. The more you train yourself to respond deliberately, the more control you gain over your circumstances. Instead of feeling like a victim of events, you become an active participant in shaping your life. Self-reflection plays a significant role in this process. After each interaction or decision, take time to analyze it. Did your response reflect your values? Could you have handled the situation differently? By learning from each experience, you continuously refine your ability to respond with purpose and self-awareness. The freedom and control. Paradoxically, the more you release your need to control external circumstances, the more power you gain. When you accept that you cannot dictate how others behave, how situations unfold, or what obstacles arise, you free yourself from frustration and disappointment. Instead, you focus your energy on what you can control, your attitude, your choices, your mindset. Taking back control is not about dominance over others or avoiding hardship. It's about developing the strength to remain steady in any situation. It's about knowing that no matter what happens, you have the ability to navigate with clarity, resilience, and purpose. And in that mastery of self, you find true freedom. One of the greatest benefits of internal control is its impact on stress reduction. When you stop trying to change the unchangeable, you eliminate much of the anxiety that stems from uncertainty. Instead of resisting reality, you embrace it and focus on adapting. This adaptability gives you strength and peace in any situation. In the end, true control is not about forcing outcomes. It's about preparing yourself to handle any outcome with grace and wisdom. It's about knowing that no matter what happens, you are capable of responding in a way that aligns with your highest self. That is where real power lies. 4. The cycle of growth. Letting go, resetting, and taking control isn't a one-time process. It's a continuous cycle. Growth is not something that happens overnight, nor is it a destination that we one day arrive at and never leave. Instead, it is a lifelong journey filled with trials, setbacks, and triumphs. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to practice these principles, refining your ability to navigate life's difficulties with wisdom and strength. Throughout life, there will be moments when you feel stuck, when circumstances seem beyond your control and emotions threaten to overwhelm you. This is where the cycle of growth becomes essential. When you embrace it, you transform obstacles into stepping stones and setbacks into lessons that propel you forward. The more you engage with this process, the more you build a foundation of mental resilience, emotional clarity, and personal empowerment. Growth is not just about external achievements, but also about internal transformation. It is about recognizing the patterns that hold you back, unlearning limiting beliefs, and continuously evolving into a version of yourself that aligns with your highest potential. The key to lasting growth is understanding that it is not a straight path, but a series of cycles, each one reinforcing the last, each one preparing you for the next stage of your journey. 1. Let go of what you can't change. One of the hardest lessons in life is learning to release what we cannot control. It's natural to cling to certain outcomes, relationships, or expectations, hoping that they will eventually align with our desires. But the more we hold on to things outside our control, the more we suffer. The weight of unresolved emotions, unfulfilled expectations, and lingering attachments can drain our energy and prevent us from fully engaging with the present moment. Letting go doesn't mean giving up or being passive. It means accepting reality as it is, rather than how we wish it to be. It means recognizing that some things are beyond our influence, and instead of wasting energy on resisting them, we redirect our focus to what we can change: our thoughts, our actions, and our responses. Letting go is an act of courage. It requires trust in the unknown and faith that by releasing what no longer serves us, we make space for something better. When you find yourself caught in frustration or despair over something you cannot change, take a deep breath and remind yourself, this is outside my control. I choose to release it. This simple act of letting go frees your mind from unnecessary burdens and allows you to channel your energy toward constructive action. The more you practice this, the easier it becomes. You begin to recognize that by loosening your grip on external factors, you actually gain more control over your internal state. You move through life with greater peace, knowing that you have the power to define your own experience. 2. Reset your mindset to see growth opportunities. Once you let go of what you can't change, the next step is to reset your mindset. Challenges and hardships are inevitable, but how you perceive them determines whether they break you or make you stronger. Resilience is not about avoiding pain, but about learning how to rise after each setback with renewed determination and wisdom. Instead of viewing difficulties as unfair obstacles, try to see them as opportunities for personal growth. Every struggle teaches you something, whether it's patience, resilience, emotional intelligence, or the strength to set boundaries. Even pain has a purpose when you allow it to shape you into a wiser, more capable person. This shift in mindset doesn't happen instantly. It requires conscious effort and practice. Each time you encounter adversity, pause and ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this situation help me grow? By framing challenges in this way, you reclaim your power and transform difficulties into catalysts for self-improvement. The mind is powerful. When you train it to see challenges as stepping stones rather than roadblocks, you unlock an entirely new way of approaching life. You become more adaptable, more creative in problem solving, and more confident in your ability to navigate uncertainty. The ability to reset your mindset is one of the most valuable skills you can develop because it ensures that no matter what life throws at you, always find a way forward. 3. Take back control by mastering your responses. True control doesn't come from manipulating external circumstances. It comes from mastering your internal world. While you may not have power over every event in your life, you always have control over how you respond. The way you handle challenges, setbacks, and disappointments shapes the course of your life more than the circumstances themselves. Taking control means refusing to be a victim of your circumstances. It means choosing discipline over impulse, wisdom over reaction, and growth over stagnation. It requires self-awareness, emotional regulation, and a commitment to aligning your actions with your long-term values. Each time you choose to respond with patience instead of frustration, understanding instead of resentment, and courage instead of fear, you strengthen your ability to navigate life with grace and resilience. This is how you reclaim your power, by mastering yourself. Mastery of self does not mean perfection. It means continuously striving to make better choices, even when faced with difficulties. It means developing the emotional intelligence to pause before reacting, to reflect before making decisions, and to choose responses that align with your highest self. When you master your responses, you gain a sense of control that no external circumstance can take away from you. The power of repetition. With each repetition of the cycle, letting go, resetting, and taking control, you grow stronger, more resilient, and more in tune with your true potential. Like a muscle that strengthens with consistent training, your ability to navigate life's challenges improves with practice. Growth is not linear. There will be times when you feel like you're taking steps backward. That's part of the process. The key is to trust the cycle and keep moving forward. Each challenge is another opportunity to reinforce these principles and emerge wiser, stronger, and more capable than before. Just like seasons change, so do we. Every experience, whether painful or joyful, contributes to our evolution. The cycle of growth is a gift, a lifelong process of self-discovery and transformation. The more you engage with it, the more you unlock your full potential. Embrace the cycle of growth, and you'll find that no obstacle is insurmountable. You will develop the inner strength to face any challenge with confidence, knowing that every difficulty is simply another step toward becoming the best version of yourself. No matter where you are on your journey, trust the process. Keep letting go, keep resetting, and keep taking control, because with each turn of the cycle, you rise stronger than before. 5. Applying Stoicism to daily life. So, how can you apply Stoicism in your everyday routine? The key is to start small. Many people assume that Stoicism requires a complete overhaul of their mindset overnight, but true change comes from consistent, deliberate practice. Rather than seeing Stoicism as a rigid philosophy, think of it as a guide to living with greater clarity, resilience, and peace of mind. Here are some fundamental ways you can incorporate Stoic principles into your daily life, allowing them to guide your thoughts and actions. 1. Recognize what you can and cannot control. One of the most powerful Stoic teachings is the idea that we should only focus on what is within our control and let go of what isn't. This principle can be applied in countless situations. When stressed, pause and ask, is this within my control? If the answer is yes, take appropriate action. If it is no, Practice acceptance and shift your focus to how you respond. Example: imagine you're stuck in traffic and running late. You can't control the traffic, but you can control your reaction. Instead of getting frustrated, use the time to listen to an audiobook, practice deep breathing, or reflect on your day. Daily practice. Each morning, list 3 things that are within your control and focus on them throughout the day. In the evening, reflect on how well you manage your responses to uncontrollable events. 2. Reframe failure as a lesson. Failure is often viewed negatively, but Stoicism teaches that setbacks are opportunities for growth. Every failure is a lesson, a chance to refine your approach and become stronger. When facing failure, remind yourself, this is not the end. This is a stepping stone. Example: if you don't get the job you applied for, instead of feeling defeated, ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? Maybe you need to refine your resume, practice your interview skills, or expand your qualifications. Practical application. Write down 1 lesson from every setback you face. Over time, this practice will shift your mindset from one of frustration to one of learning and improvement. 3. Master your emotional responses. Stoics emphasize the importance of controlling emotions rather than letting emotions control you. This doesn't mean suppressing feelings, but rather learning to pause and reflect before reacting. When emotions rise, take a moment before responding. Ask yourself, will my reaction improve the situation? Example: if someone criticizes you unfairly, your initial impulse may be to lash out. Instead, take a breath and choose a response aligned with your values. Sometimes silence or a calm reply is the most powerful response. Technique. Use the view from above practice. Imagine yourself as an observer, watching the situation from a distance. How would a wise and rational person respond? 4. Practice voluntary discomfort. Stoicism encourages stepping outside of your comfort zone to build resilience. Exposing yourself to small, controlled hardships helps you become mentally stronger. Example: take a cold shower, skip a meal, or spend a day without your phone. These small challenges train you to handle discomfort with grace and remind you that you can endure more than you think. Long-term benefit. Over time, you'll become less dependent on external comforts and more confident in your ability to handle adversity. 5. Start each day with intention, end with reflection. Many Stoics, including Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, practice daily journaling. In the morning, set an intention for how you want to approach the day. At night, reflect on how you handle challenges. Morning prompt: what virtues do I want to embody today? Evening reflection: what did I do well today and what can I improve? Daily habit: keep a small journal and dedicate 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes at night to this practice. Over time, this will create a sense of purpose and clarity. 6. Practice negative visualization. A key Stoic practice is premeditation malorum, imagining possible misfortunes to prepare yourself mentally and emotionally. Example: before an important meeting, visualize things going wrong, technical issues, tough questions, or delays. By mentally preparing for setbacks, you'll be less shaken if they occur. Why it works. This practice helps you become less fearful of worst-case scenarios and more adaptable when facing challenges. 7. Live by your values, not external validation. The Stoics emphasize living according to virtue rather than seeking approval from others. Society constantly pressures us to conform, but true contentment comes from integrity. Exercise. Define your core values: honesty, discipline, kindness, patience, and use them as your compass when making decisions. Example: if someone disrespects you, instead of seeking revenge or validation, ask, what response aligns with my values? The more you practice, the more natural this mindset becomes. Over time, you'll find yourself approaching life with greater peace, confidence, and control. Life is unpredictable, but you don't have to be a victim of circumstances. By embracing the Stoic principles of letting go, resetting, and taking control, you empower yourself to live with intention and resilience. If this message resonates with you, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more insights on self-improvement. Let's continue growing together. Until next time, Stay strong and keep moving forward.